Hey, it's me, Sonali Ray again, and if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're old here, don't forget to, I'm just kidding. Don't forget to tell some people about this place, man. Come on now, we need a big party going. Just kidding. I wanted to talk to you about some things that we discussed on the ship today. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm calling live from Iraq, honey. Rack City. Rack City. But we were talking about just today on the ship, ship talk. And that we were talking about like student loans and high school and all that other stuff that, just something to pass the time by. But I got to thinking. Everybody was talking about, their path to getting to MSc. Like, how did you hear about it? Who told you? And there are some people here who are from a long family of longshoremen. Some of them are obviously ex-military. Others just kind of knew about the shipyard work because they're from, Virginia. But it was a lady here from Jersey. She knew nothing about MSc. Me, I'm a Tennessean. We're not by anybody's sea, so I didn't know anything about MSc. And then there is a gentleman who is from here that heard about it, and he's been in the longest of the three of us. So we're just sitting here, dialoguing, and everybody's talking about their paths, their life paths. Some of us went to school a little bit. Some of us are college dropouts. Some of us started and got our foot in the door via cruise ships and things like that. So we were just sitting here and comparing notes about how things go and how it's worked out for us. And then I got to thinking, I was like, honestly, this isn't a bad gig. I've met people who started at 18, which means by the time they're 38, they have the time necessary for retire. And they would have been in this outfit for a long time. Had to fix my eyelash because y'all be in my face too much. So I met a guy that's 26 years old, and he is doing quite well for himself at 26. And I thought about it. I was like, this isn't a bad gig to come to specifically, and I've said this before, right out of high school. Where else can you go, travel the world, and make really good money doing so? Literally in your first year, you can make enough money to finance your own college education. That means if you're a parent and you may have gone to the military, your child doesn't necessarily need a GI Bill. If you have multiple children, that helps, Or if you weren't able to get a scholarship, or you don't qualify for financial aid, or financial aid isn't enough. You don't have to be a starving college student. You can actually come out here and work. Now, I'm not going to pretend like it's unicorn and glitter, because y'all saw I had a panic attack. All of this stuff is real. But the regime has changed over time, okay? When I first got out here, I think I've told you guys before, or I've said it before somewhere, I just wanted to be a makeup artist. I had already traveled the states like a lot. I lived in a lot of places. To include Alaska, Hawaii, Florida, Ohio, all that way before I even entered into this regime. So I'm not, traveling is not foreign to me, Traveling as far as I've traveled now, that was something new. So when I first started MSc, my first duty session was in Dubai. Then I went from there to like Asia, to include Thailand, to include Japan and the Philippines. Like, who wants to go back to doing regular life stuff after that? I sure didn't. I never really did regular life stuff, but I definitely put my dreams of being a makeup artist on hold. Probably, I'm not sure indefinitely, but it's been 10 years. So, and then I thought about it. Why suffer when you don't have to? You don't have to be a college student and not able to feed yourself. College books are $200-$300 a book sometimes, depending on what your major is, which is so insane that we put that high of a price tag on education when our educational school systems are not at par across the country. You have some schools that offer 29 different languages in high school, where in my high school we barely had 2. So it's really, really insane to me. And then people save up all their lives for their children to go to college. Save that money and let your child pay for themselves, and that can just be gifted or something. Like, once you get to a certain tax bracket, you learn a lot about finances, trust me, and how to make sure that your money you can keep your money longer, because Uncle Sam comes for you. Trust me, I've lost what they take out in taxes is, and this isn't me bragging, but sometimes what they take out of taxes from me and other people that work out here is more than what people make in their actual checks. Do you see what I'm saying? So that means if you have that earning potential, or if you have that platform, why not use it, right? You don't have to work for anyone else. You could come out here and start your own business, and there are so many people who do. We were talking about a guy who got into real estate when he was out here, left, no longer works for MSC, don't need it. God only knows what he does every day, chilling, I'm supposing. There are people here who own side businesses that make way more money than they make here, but this was their foundation, this was their baseline, and you can do it too. I'm just saying, something to think about. You know, a lot of times parents work really hard to make sure their kids get good Christmases, but we don't think to work really hard to make sure that your children learn what you don't learn. And I'm not here challenging anyone's parenting skills or anything like that. I'm just offering resources that I didn't know where it was available in where I'm from. So it's something to think about. You don't have to go active duty. You know, that's not necessary. Ironically, the Navy pays us. Fun fact, I wanted to go to the Navy. Actually, I wanted to go to the Air Force, but I couldn't go for one reason or another. And I ended up working for the military anyway. And they paid me more in this capacity than they would have paid me had I came in just straight off the street with no education. So do with that information what you will. But this is a good place to make money. Now, I think it's better for a male than a female sometimes, but that's why I'm here. That's why I'm bringing awareness. That's why I'm using my little platform to talk to people and and I'm doing other things behind the scenes. Please don't think that I'm only doing YouTube, because that's not true. And it's not restricted to social media. I'm doing some real hard battles. All right? Like, this ain't, I don't do this for play. This isn't a joke. This is serious, because it could get progressively better or progressively worse. And honestly, it's gotten worse over the years. It really wasn't this bad, or at least I didn't see it when I first got in here. And it showed itself. Usually decay this bad obviously doesn't happen in a day or one night. This is something that's ongoing, and it takes more than just one person to bring awareness. So if you're new and you plan on coming here, this is why I make this channel. This is why you need to know that EEOC is something for you, but you need to know how that's formatted. Okay, you need to know what that looks like. And side note, I know I told you guys about the Patreon that I was going to do, and I still plan on doing it. I just don't know in the foreseeable future how I'm going to do it, because I've had a lot of challenges. I need to just buy another laptop. I don't know why I'm resisting, because damn thing is still under warranty. I need to fix that. I sent it off, but I'm having challenges with programming. And to be honest with you, I'm on a ship now, so that does not make it easy to upload this stuff. We don't have Wi-Fi. The only ships in MSC that have Wi-Fi are hybrid ships, and that's because Navy personnel's on it. Anything outside of that, you ain't getting it unless you buy it yourself. And buying it yourself means you're in a country that provides it. So if you're not in the U.S. or in a country that has Wi-Fi, which is those little Wi-Fi pucks, you'll learn all that stuff if you're out here. Then you're not gonna have a strong or stable connection. Okay. I just thought you might want to know about this stuff. Also, I'm gonna kind of bring this to your palate as well. I'm not gonna pretend like this place isn't like racist and you have issues and stuff, because white supremacy is what it is. It's everywhere here. There are some stories that we were talking about how there's been captains and chief mates and sometimes chief engineers who, like, say for example, your ship is stateside in a state that you're from, and or even a state that you're not from, but if you have a car out there, one day there was like a fleet of like luxury vehicles, Lexuses, Benzes, all sorts of stuff. And the higher ups, the captain on that ship or the mate or whatever, was like, "Oh, I'm paying y'all too much money. Those are SU cars? Oh no, y'all getting paid too much money." And they cut the overtime. Now I know this is weird to say, "Hey, come work for us," but then, hey, They cut the overtime. This isn't every ship. These are just ship stories. I still think that you'll make a lot more money here than you will anywhere else. I'm just saying. People that work at warehouses, some of them make good money, but you got to have forklifting license and all that other stuff. But your earning potential out here is higher. I just want you to be aware that some people out here don't have it all, and I'm also giving you the tools so that you can be around people that do. You know what I'm saying? In the event that you work with somebody who cut your overtime because he doesn't like the way that you like what you drive, and you hear him say that, you can't do that. Prohibited personnel practice? I think so. You know what I'm saying? They can try to make it mission sensitive, but that's not justifiable. You can't do that. Just call IG. But you don't know these things. Most people don't know these things are afforded to them. Look up what IG means, okay? Navy IG. Look them up. See what they do. See why you need them. Look up the Civil Rights Division of DOJ. You know what I'm saying? Look that up. Look up the Office of Special Counsel. You need to know who that is. Right? You need to know what these places do. Don't ever enter an organization without knowing the full scope of their limitations and of your elevation, your potential elevation. Just because you've been in this outfit for less than a year, that don't mean you don't have rights. Yes, you're on probation, but that doesn't mean that somebody gets to disrespect you. You can't trample over somebody's civil rights because they're in probation. That's crazy. And honestly, had I known this back then, I would be in a different position now. I'll tell you that. There's a lot that I didn't know. And simple stuff. They get away with simple technicalities. But you know what? They're not going to do it now. And at least if they got away with it with me, they're not going to get away with it with you. Not while I'm on the job. Because everybody needs to know. And I don't know how many people are in here that's from them. If you're an agent from them, that's totally fine. Because I'm not saying anything that's not righteous. And I'm not saying anything that's not protected. So, you can run back if you can run till that. Anyway, I'm going to end this because it's getting kind of lengthy and I can go on. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. I'm going to get out of Rack City. I got to wash this makeup off my face because I don't want to have mountains tomorrow. If you're watching this at night, have a wonderful night. If you're watching this in the daytime, have a great day. If you have any questions, as always, you can email me, sonaliray@gmail.com for your sessions. If you need to know any particulars, if you need to know this or that, because I know a whole lot of stuff. Like a lot of stuff. The trauma did it. But enjoy your days, enjoy your nights, and as always, like and subscribe and share. Bye.